December 3rd in our Advent Devotional talks about it being a sentimental season. Now, I don't know about you, man, but I get sentimental Thanksgiving, Christmas. And I know this isn't everybody's story. Everybody grew up different than I did. I know. I get it, okay? And I'm not sharing these stories to make you feel bad. I'm sharing these stories to remind me of how good I had it growing up. And man, I remember so many things. I remember going to my Mama Effie's house. We need more people named Effie these days. You don't hear that name anymore. She was a World War II Navy wave, tough as nails. Toughest woman I ever knew, other than my other mama that I'll talk about in a minute. Both of them were tough. Just grew up in a different time than you and I. And I feel like I'm tougher than this younger generation that we work with today, and so on and so forth. But anyway, I remember Christmas Eve, we'd always go to my Mama Effie's house, and it was a blast. And everybody got presents. And I'd beg my mom to let me open up a present on Christmas Eve at my house, and she always would, because she was a good mom. And then on Christmas Day, we'd open up everything at our house. And then around lunchtime, we would always go to my Mama Lillian's house. And man, I just remember both places so well. I can tell you where everybody would be sitting at and what they'd be wearing and what they'd be talking about, because it was like clockwork every year. You want to talk about sentimental, man, I can go there too. You know, what is it for you? What do you need to thank God for this season as you celebrate the birth of Christ, that He came and was a little baby, man, lived life for 33 and whatever some odd month years, to live the perfect life, to be tested in every way, to be tempted in every way, yet remain faultless. We need to be sentimental and think about those things too this Christmas season. It's not about the hustle and the bustle. And one of the speakers at Hearts on Fire said this, and I'll never forget it. You don't need to go to Disney World for the 6th time. You've already been 5 other times. Ask your parents this year to maybe help somebody pay for their mortgage. I don't know. It was challenging. It was striking. And that's why I share it with you today. The sweetness of the season can be easily diminished, and the temptation of busyness and materialism can take over. It's not about the gifts you give. It's about the gift that you remember. And gifts are good, and they should be given, and everybody always spends too much every year. But that's not what it's about. It all points back to the ultimate gift, the gift of Christ. I'll end with another story. A student that I had at Liberty, he grew up kind of poor. He was at Liberty on every scholarship and every loan that he could get. I remember he shared with the leadership team on Christmas that his mom couldn't afford to buy him a gift and his younger siblings a gift, and that she knew he'd understand why, but the little kids wouldn't. Well, word got out on our hall that this guy wasn't going to get anything for Christmas, and they pulled their resources together and they bought this guy a leather coat. And he wore that leather coat all year long. Even when it wasn't cold, he'd have it on, because it was a reminder to everybody on the hall that we loved him and he loved us. And so every time he wore that coat, it was just an acknowledgement of what the hall had done for him. And so every time we talk about Christ this Christmas season, every time we pray and thank God for all He's done, it's a reminder of what this season's all about. If you want to get sentimental about something, get sentimental about that.